Okay, finally it worked. Anyway, we're gonna talk about a lot of depressing things, so we're gonna try and get this over with. I have at least. Okay, we're gonna start out with yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be, Love is a Lie. So basically, it's just something I like to tell myself and kind of believed, for a while. Because if you think about it, because your parents, they're always, not parents, well, it's like, I love you, and like, we do this, and we discipline you, and we do all these things because we love you. And then you see other families, and you see other people, and you have friends, and things like that, and you're like, nope, this is not love. This is not what it is. This is not love. This is a lie. And so you want to pretend that love doesn't exist, because otherwise that would mean that it's your fault and that for some reason you can't be loved, but everyone else gets to experience it and everyone else can experience love. And then also you're like, oh, I'll be alone forever. I can never find someone. I can never fall in love. I'm unworthy of love because I was never given love. Or love was always conditional, which means it wasn't really there at all. And doesn't exist because the moment you fucked up, they hate you. So, and you're human. You make mistakes, and yeah, no, it's a mess. And they're like, yeah, we love you unconditionally, and they talk about this God is supposed to love you unconditionally, but sends you to hell. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. No, does it? No. And everyone's a hypocrite, and everyone's a liar, and it's just great. And you're just stuck, and you don't know what to do, and you're always negative messages, and you always believe everyone's hate you anyway. So it's better to believe that love is a lie. It's an illusion that everyone's telling yourselves. That everyone's just playing make-believe. They can really like each other, but they can never love each other. So, platonic, romantic, family, relationships, friendships, and, most importantly, love life. Yeah, none. It's all they like each other, we get along, whatever. There's no love. Obviously that's not true, and love is real, but you just don't feel like it, and you don't want to admit it, because then you're like, oh, well, for some reason I wasn't loved, and for some reason I'm undeserving of love, and I can't have love, even though everyone else can, but apparently it just doesn't work that way for me. And just a negative headspace. But then you try and make it work and be like, okay, no, and then you live your life or whatever. And you're like, wait, no, I did see examples of good and healthy relationships. And I do have friends and a few people who do care about me, and not everyone hates me. And sure, not everyone's gonna like me. And I'll struggle a lot and won't be able to make friends or have a relationship for a long time, or have crappy ones. But that doesn't mean I have to be alone forever, and I'm not isolated, and that I'm not stuck anywhere, and that love doesn't exist, and that I can't experience love, that I can't feel love, and that I can't be loved. And there's a whole being of like not believing people love you, and then being like, no, you're just lying to me, you don't really love me, and then not being able to accept love. They'll be like, oh, I guess you're not lying, but like, don't tell me those words. I don't believe you. I don't want to talk about this. Nope, I do not. I do not want anything to do with you. Same thing, I guess I'll include in this. So probably in the future, if I have a relationship, I'll probably break up with someone, mostly because of this issue. I feel like it's intertwined. Yeah. For me, I'll be like, yeah, you can't say I love you. I can love you, but you cannot love me back. Maybe ever, but you can't even say that word. It's forbidden. You can really like me, but you can never say that, at least until we've been together at least for a year. And then, yeah. And then also, if you're too nice to me, then it's not gonna work. And if you're not broken enough, it's probably you'll be like, you're not broken enough. That's why you're nice to me. That's why you're complimented. That's why you love me. Nope, nope, nope. Or if you get like, or if you were like, oh, I'm a little bit messed up, but I get therapy, so it's not like a problem, and it's not like controlling my life anymore. And it's not as big of a deal, and I mostly handled it. And it was just like this one thing for the most part, and now I'm pretty good now. I'll be like, fuck no. Yeah. And then I will, hopefully you'll accept me ghosting you, because it's probably what's going to happen. Probably just break up with ghost you. I break up you imaginarily breaking up with someone. Realistically, because in my head I'm like, everyone cheated on me. And then in reality, it's probably because they were too nice. I was like, you complimented me. That's what is wrong. You loved me, and we can't accept that. We can't accept love or affection or someone liking us. We can't accept that. It's all rejected. Get out. Nope. Nothing to do with you. So yeah, we can't handle it. So no. So if ghosting doesn't work and saying no, we're done, and you're still like no, but I still love you, come around and stuff like that. But if I ghost people, sometimes I forget, and other times I'm blocking you and I hate you. If we got into an argument, I probably blocked you. If it was kind of random, and if I was just like ranting about someone else and I wasn't fighting with you, then I probably just forgot. Well, you probably didn't message me back, so it didn't pop up, so I forgot you existed, so I was like, I just didn't talk to you. And time passed. I was busy, distracted on my phone, and trying to find new anime, and K-dramas to watch, and new stories to read, new artists to follow, all of that. So, now I was very fully distracted, so I did not remember. Yeah. And it'll be bad if you, ask me a question, though. Hopefully I can answer you, but I might have kind of just left you on read. I read your message. And then we were like, I'll reply later. Never happens. Or we'll obsess over it and be like, try to make the perfect response. So you'll see those dots. And then I can never come up with the perfect response. And then I give up and I just walk away. And I'm like, no, I just can't respond to you. Because nothing I said would work. And I'm not happy with any of it. So yeah. But for most of the time when I do talk to people, nothing's new happening with my life, or I don't feel like it is. And then, months later, when something happens, and I remember all the other things that have happened and transpired since I've talked to you, and then you will get paragraphs. I've tried to shorten it, so it's better. So you get, but it's still paragraphs. We just haven't, we edit it. We edit our paragraphs, so we don't send you paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. We just send you a few texts. Well, we send you a ton of text. But they're all a few sentences. Just a few, just one or two, and it slowly builds up, and then it's a shit ton, and then it's separated. But if you add it all up together. I wrote a full essay. I'm sorry. Take your time. I don't actually expect you to get back to me. You can read it at your own pace. It's all fine. I don't really care. I might, but if you never message me again, basically, or you don't get back to me ever, or if I ask you a question and you don't respond even later, then I'm I just assume you hate me, or you have blocked me, or the friendship is over. You gave up, you don't have talked to me, you changed your phone, finally learned about the phone thing, because I thought everyone hated me, because my best friend probably got a new phone, and I'd been just texting a number, and they hadn't responded for a long time, for years. And then someone responded, and it turns out it was their kid brother, who also was named Max. And I was like, oh, maybe that's where I probably got it. Or I was reminded of it. Because it was always there. You know? I had picked it long ago. Because it popped up as one of the options pretty well right away. And then I was like, oh yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Seen it in different places, read it a bunch of times, just didn't remember it, but my subconscious apparently did. And when we were picking a name, we were like, yep, this one. Just popped it. And we're like, okay. It resonated with us. And we didn't know that it felt like an impulse decision. Like, my impulse decisions really aren't impulse decisions. It's just decisions we made forever ago and thought about it and obsessed over and pondered and couldn't make any decisions about. And then we forgot about it. And it occasionally pops up here and there. And then we finally made a decision. We finally did something. And then we're like, oh, impulse. No. It was all premeditated. We just have no memory of all the time we wasted thinking about it. We don't remember the preparation. But it was done. Okay, sorry. That was a different topic. No, not what we wanted, not what he wanted. Yeah, but, yeah. I don't handle things well. And then also, I'm like, compliments from people, like friends. No, you don't compliment me either. Like, I don't want to. If you were too nice to me, I will leave. I'm done. Okay? You need to also vent and complain about things. Like, I'm a flawed person. You should not be happy and complimenting me and always be happy about seeing me. Like, no. You need to pick out my flaws. Like, yeah, you fucked up. But don't, like, bring it up after a while. No, that's a different issue. Sorry. Yeah, that's a different problem. Okay. Next, being distracted by this black and white filter, which isn't a real filter on your end, but it's on mine because it's nighttime mode on my phone. Okay, yeah. But, love obviously does exist and is real, and we have experienced it obviously only from friends and a few family members. The chosen family is very important, and that is what we learn. Chosen family is what loves us. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so the other thing is that, like, my sister always had this stupid saying, and I don't agree with it whatsoever. Like, there's the whole, like, blood thicker than the water thing, but I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. You know? I get it, but, like, I get what it symbolized. You're like, oh, family bonds, like, blood relationships is supposed to be stronger than other relationships, and I was like, no. It seems to be very, very false. I was like, this has nothing to do with anything. Okay, sorry, that's not the topic. But I felt like it was similar to what my sister said. But she was like, she talked to me and she was like, you don't have to, like your relatives, you don't have to like your parents, you don't have to like your mother, but you have to love them. And that is false. False. Because I know, I was not loved. They did not love me. You did not love me. My parents did not love me. I don't believe the lies they told me that they loved me forever. They never loved me. They only said that and used it as an excuse. No, they have never loved me, and they never will love me. It's okay. Let's move on. But I clearly loved them, and that's why we have to hate them, so we never love them again. Because every time we give them second chances, that's a different video. Every time we open ourselves and be like, oh, maybe they change, they hurt us again. So we will always have to have a wall up and be separate and never, like, we have the BS filter, the lying without lying, that whole deal where, we edit everything we say. We say nothing about ourselves or what we like or anything like that. But maybe we'll talk about some movie or show we liked, and then we edit it because we almost always like something that is like LGBT related, and we can't talk about that. So no identity, no gender, no sexuality, no politics, no religion. So I can't talk about anything. Yep. No beliefs, no thoughts, nothing. No opinions. You are a blank slate. You're not allowed to talk about anything. And it's not like really they gave a damn earlier, but random conversations. Otherwise, so basically our conversation is just like chit chat. It's really random. I'll just complain about work, something at work, or I'll talk about a show and edit their genders. Or maybe I liked a few straight shows, and I'll talk about those. And then you also be like, oh, PG rating, and also you can't curse, and all of that crap. So, you can't say anything. Okay, no. Okay, anyway, yeah. But that whole thing about, oh, love you, trash now. We hate them. We will always hate them. It's okay. Because if we don't hate them, then we do the whole, oh, it was our fault. We start blaming ourselves again. And, like, even though I'm like, yeah, we push the blame all on them, but the thing was, we were putting all the blame on them, and we were also putting all the blame on ourselves. We did not know we were doing it. We just were. Because when we stopped focusing all of our hatred outwards onto our parents, all the hatred was on us. So they hate us, and then we hate us, because that's what they trained us to do. They train us to hate ourselves and blame ourselves for everything. It's always our fault. So, it's a fucked up mess. It's great. And then, and the people don't change video. I'll talk a little about people can change, and also, like, trauma bonding. You know, because I was like, trauma bond, I heard about that from, like, the military thing, and I was like, that's not what happened to my family, but kind of what happened to my family. I was like, we have a very, our childhoods were very similar, obviously, because we had the same parents, and they do not like to change. Okay, but yeah, it exists, and you should find people who love and care about you, and find your chosen family. It doesn't matter if it's friends or relatives, whatever. Blood is thicker than water, but that's just a random fact. It's like oil. Oil's thicker than water. Okay? And blood is maybe slightly thicker than water. And it's probably only thicker than water when it's dried. And it's mostly just made of water, because that's what you drink all the time. So, I mean, it's just, what is it? It's water, salt, and iron. And then maybe something else, and that's your blood. There's nothing else. There shouldn't be anything to like make it thicker. Maybe some plasma. I don't know. I really don't know anything. Okay. Yeah. But and then the whole you do not have to love your family, and your family does not have to love you. And you also definitely do not have to like your family. But it might be nice for someone who does love their family, but they like, oh, that applies to her. That applies to my feeling about my siblings, who I get along with. But we do fight a lot, and we don't like each other a lot of the time. I'm like, I love you, but we also don't like each other most of the time, and we kind of hate each other most of the time. It's like, we love you, like, that's how it is. I was like, that's how I feel about you, now, as an adult. But that's not how we feel about parents. Parents, we hate a lot of people. I hate so many people. I only have hatred inside, it's fine. Okay, I live on hatred. But, yeah. But, and even though we're putting, like, all the blame on other people, and, like, on our parents and everything, I still feel guilty for crap, and I'm still blaming myself. And obviously I'm like, oh, well, maybe not everything's my fault. Yeah, exactly. I'm a fucking wreck still. So imagining me not hating them. Then all of it comes back on me. Because I'm already blaming myself from all of it anyway. And now you're not letting any distractions through. And so we're just going back to the beginning, and we can't do that. we can't do that. Because then we try and open ourselves to be like, oh, I love you, and you changed. So you're opening yourself to more wounds and more hurt. It's a fucking wreck. I thought that was going to be short, and it was, and then it wasn't.